Hey, welcome to the Decatur Dish with Atlanta News First and our media partners at Decaturish. I'm Maria Moreau, joined by Dan. Wait, you're not Dan.
No, I'm not. Dan is taking some well-deserved time off this week, so you're stuck with me. So I'm Zoe Seiler. I'm the assistant editor for Decaturish.
Zoe, welcome back to the show. I hope you all were entertained by a very overly rehearsed intro there for you. A little entertainment before we dive into some of the stories making headlines in and around DeKalb County. Zoe, this is the Decatur Dish, so it is an opportunity for us to partner up. You guys have really a close ear to the ground in the Decatur community and the surrounding communities. Let's start with the one that is impacting really most of DeKalb County, and that is early voting, currently underway in several areas of DeKalb. Talk to me a little bit about what those lingering races are that have now headed into runoffs.
Yeah, absolutely. So we were all kind of wall-to-wall coverage in November, and just when we thought we were done, a few of them went to a runoff. So if there's a race that has more than two candidates, if no one gets 50% or more of the vote, then we go to a runoff. And so in DeKalb County, we have the Board of Commissioners, so District 3 and District 7, which is a super district, so it covers half of the county. And then we have Atlanta City Council, Post 3, and also a Doraville City Council seat as well. So all four of those are heading to a runoff. And are on the ballot in DeKalb. And so early voting is underway. The polls are open until I think about 6 p.m. today. And then polls are open again tomorrow from 9 to 6. And tomorrow is the last day of early voting. And Election Day is December 3rd.
December 3rd is the day you want to mark in your calendar. I did want to shout out Decaturish. You all did a fantastic job putting this information in a digestible and easy to follow way, because with runoffs, we typically don't see a lot of turnout. So it's all that much more important to get as much of this information in front of folks so that they can make an educated decision before they head to their ballot box.
Absolutely. Thank you for that, Maria. So we definitely pride ourselves in our election coverage. So we do have a lot more information on DecaturishVotes.com. We've got lots more information about the runoff. So we also did, during the general election, we did some candidate Q&As. So we have those for the DeKalb Board of Commissioners, District 3 and District 7. And so all of the candidates at that time were in the Q&A. So the two remaining for each race are still in that Q&A as well. So if you need more information about the candidates, we've got that covered for you.
And for those of you that have already gone out and voted and don't feel like doing it again, these runoff elections, I should say, matter so much more because of the low turnout that is typical in these types of races. So do make it a point to go out if you can, if this is in your community specifically, or you're registered to vote for this runoff candidate, because your vote will go that much further. And with that, we'll get off our soapbox about voting. Let's get into something more recent out of DeKalb County. The animal crisis involving DeKalb County's animal shelters, that has been ongoing and in the news for quite some time. And now progress with a groundbreaking that will address some of the overcrowding that we continue to talk about out of the county.
Yeah, absolutely. The only other thing I wanted to add about the elections is please go vote. But yes, with the animal shelters, we've got an overflow unit being built. So I think it's 10 units in total, and it will be able to house 120 dogs in total. So I think 5 will be built and ready for dogs to occupy them come March, and then the other 5 will be done in the summer of 2025. And so, yeah, they're just trying to address some of the overcrowding. The animal shelter has over 600 dogs right now, and their capacity is like 475 animals. And so they've got, dogs in cat spaces or just areas that really aren't meant for pets. And so this is an effort to try to kind of relieve that as well. But also, if you're looking for a furry friend, make sure you go check out Lifeline, and they definitely could use the support. They've got lots of animals in need of a forever home.
Yeah, seriously, well said. I mean, 120 dogs are going to benefit from this extra space. I do believe, like you mentioned, 5 of those units expected to be completed in March. The remaining will come in June. So they're trying to turn this around rather quickly, considering how much overcrowding they're dealing with. It doesn't take away from the fact that you could have extra space, but you still need resources like food, medical attention, and other care for these animal shelters, pets. So do, if you can, donate. If you can adopt, that even goes further because you are helping them directly with that capacity issue. So
yeah, for sure. So yeah, these units are really just trying to create a safer, more comfortable space for these pets while they're at the shelter. So like you said, just kind of just trying to relieve some of that overcrowding. And so I think it is happening pretty quickly if you think about it's November to March. But this project has been in the works for a while. I think some of the units were supposed to be built like September, October, so it got delayed a little bit, but we're happy to see them making progress, and was happy to attend the groundbreaking, even though it was a super windy day, but it was a great event overall.
Talk to me about attending that, because this is a $4.1 million project. About half of that is being funded by the DeKalb Special Purpose Local Option Sales Tax. So you have taxpayer money that's directly involved. What has been the conversation around that?
Yeah, I think so far it's been pretty positive. I think at the event it was a lot of county officials, City of Chamblee officials. Some of the animal advocates were there from the DeKalb Animal Advocates. So they've got a group that goes to the Board of Commissioners meetings often. And so I think everybody seems to be looking forward to this. And it's just kind of one step that they're taking to help address this, along with some other like spay-neuter initiatives and some other things to just try to help with this overcrowding, and also just kind of relieve some of these animal-related issues.
Still more to follow for Atlanta News First and Decaturish as we see the unveiling to come next year, hopefully, of this overflow of these overflow units and what may come of that in addressing the overcrowding crisis. I do want to talk about a topic that we have brought up again and again here on Decatur Dish, but it has garnered really a lot more interest than expected. So this is a segment we want to call You Ask, We Answer, because Zoe, you keep getting questions about Decatur's new speed cameras.
Yes, yeah, we've gotten a few questions, and some of them we've gotten some answers for. So Decatur has implemented some speed cameras in 5 of its school zones. I believe those are just kind of the beginning, and there may be more to come in the future. That decision is yet to be made. But for now, just to make sure I get this right, they do have cameras on West College Avenue, Claremont Avenue, Scott Boulevard, Church Street, and South Candler Street. And we do have some more information on Decaturish.com on kind of where exactly those cameras are. But the main question I've been getting, or I've been seeing recently, is when are these cameras in effect? So they are really only operating during the school drop-off and pickup times. And so those times vary a little bit, but for West College Avenue, kind of right in front of the middle school, that camera is in effect from 7:45 to 8:45 in the morning, and then again from 3:45 to 4:45 in the afternoon. And then the other 4 areas, so Claremont, Scott Boulevard, Church Street, and South Candler, those cameras are on and issuing citations from 7:20 to 8:20 in the morning, and then 2:50 to 3:50 in the afternoon. So it's not necessarily all day.
I'm suspicious of people who are asking what time the speed cameras are operating, because you shouldn't speed at all through school zones. Can we just put that out there?
That is true. You should definitely slow down. It's indicator, and especially wherever you're driving. But I will say some of the comments and questions I've seen have been people wondering why they're not operating 24/7. Rather than just wondering kind of like, when can I speed and when can I not? But I will add that those cameras are enforcing the school speed limit of 25 miles per hour. So if you're going 10 miles an hour or over, you could receive a citation if you get caught by those cameras.
And just don't do it.
Yeah, we definitely should just slow down.
All right, I want to take us a little closer inside of the Decatur community and shout out a Decatur High School student that is receiving a prestigious honor, really one of the highest honors that you could receive as a football player of his stature. Talk to me about this one, because it's not every day that we get an opportunity to brag on Decatur High School, so we really have to make sure to highlight them here today.
For sure, yeah. I was at a school board meeting a few weeks ago, and the school board does recognitions every month, and so one of them was for Decatur High School senior Ethan Johnson. So he is on the football team, and he has been named to the All-American Football All-Star Game roster. which, as you just said, is the highest honor that a high school football player can receive. So we're very excited for him on this achievement. So that also means that he will be playing in this televised game come January. So they'll be playing in San Antonio. And there will be 2 teams of about like 60 players representing the East and the West. And that will be broadcast on NBC. So,
Exciting.
yeah, we're so excited for him.
For Decatur High School, for the Decatur community, really even all of DeKalb County. Following along with some of the stories that come out of that county, I already know this is such a tight-knit community, as large as it is. So every opportunity that we can uplift each other, we want to make sure to highlight and do that. Zoe, the news never stops, not for us here at Atlanta News First, and certainly not for Decaturish. What else do you have going on?
We're just enjoying this kind of short week with Thanksgiving coming up. So I just wanted to take a moment to just say that I'm very grateful for our media partners here at Atlanta News First and for Maria for putting up with Dan and I every week.
It's a pleasure.
Yes, I'm very also just thankful for the Decaturish and the Appin teams for, just keeping me entertained on a day-to-day basis and also just giving me lots of work to do, which is fun most of the time. But I also just want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving.
Yes, the holidays are upon us. Please take the time to slow down if you can. Spend it with friends, family, loved ones. If you can't spend it with them, at least reach out to them. Hang out with Grandma on the phone for a little bit. She'll appreciate it.
Absolutely.
With that, we are going to continue to follow all of the breaking news and developing stories in our communities and bring that to you in the Atlanta News First app. This is the Decatur Dish, so we bring you live content out of DeKalb County every Tuesday at 12:30 p.m. You can also listen to this as a podcast wherever you get your podcasts. Just search Atlanta News First. Zoe, any final parting words?
I don't think so. I just hope everybody has a great week and finds some time to rest and relax.
Have a great week and make it a good Thanksgiving. We'll see you later.